We're 21 Rockstar families, and welcome to our weekly VODCAST. Boys, it's a beautiful day out. It's been a beautiful weekend. We have more sunlight in the afternoon. Just all very exciting things, and we're thinking spring. Hopefully we have no more snow. Last Sunday when I came for you, man, we got quite the storm. Now, I have a bunch of different reminders. And then I'm going to send you off to the strategy session where I'm going to give you a lot of different things that you can help your child with at home in concerns to studying for the writing SOL. I'm really going to put a lot of emphasis on that this week. As you know, the Booster-thon continues this week. It culminates on Friday with the fun run. The students all came home with their pledge book when they went to the pep rally last Thursday, and they can actually enter any pledges that they get onto funrun.com. If they do not have internet, if you do not have internet at home, you can just bring it in to school, and we'll send that to the front office, and they'll enter that. Remember, we're not taking any money yet for the Booster-thon. These are just pledges, and then after the fun run has been run, the students will have their laps calculated, and they will be able to collect their money, which is due, I believe, on March 20th. Okay, now, they did tell us that parents are invited to the fun run, but I am not quite sure yet when 5th grade will be running the fun run. So as soon as I find that out, I will let you know, relay that information to you, and, so that if you would like to come, you can. So far, our class in particular has already raised $14 per lap, which is awesome. It's right around $450, so we've been doing an awesome job. All proceeds from the fun run go to new technology here at Barrett. If you have any questions, just let me know. But remember, funrun.com has all the information you may need. The interims were sent home on Friday. I gave 2 copies of each, 2 copies of the academic, 2 of the Barrett Academy. If you could just go ahead and sign 1 each of those, send those back in to me tomorrow, and you can keep the others for your records at home. This is a really quick announcement, and this is something that's been in the works, was never really finalized because of the snow, but it is coming up on Wednesday. We actually have been invited, the entire 5th grade, to Central Office, which is right down by the courthouse, to go on to the mobile Civil War exhibit. So that'll be on Wednesday for about 2 hours, right around the lunchtime hour. A permission form will be coming home tomorrow with more details. What time will our class be attending? What do we need to do about lunch? I think we're just going to grab lunch when we come back to the school, so I don't think it should be a problem. There's no cost whatsoever to you. We'll just be getting onto the bus, heading to Central Office for about an hour to walk through the mobile Civil War exhibit, and coming back to school. But again, that is on Wednesday, and I just wanted to let you know about that. If you could actually have your Rockstar wear their Room 21 record Rockstar tee, that would be excellent as well. The Dare Basketball fundraiser game is on Friday night at Brook Point High School at 7 o'clock p.m. All the proceeds from the Dare Basketball game go to funding Dare Day later in June when we'll attend, and also the future classes for Dare for future 5th graders who come through Stafford County. There will be food, there will be baskets that you can bid on, and of course there will be some basketball. I will be there. I hope to see you all there. We have about 16 of the Room 21 Rockstars signed up for the Literacy Explosion on Saturday. Now, I believe that begins about 8:30. I'm going to be sending home an information form on Tuesday after I have contact with the woman in charge to ask her specifically when she would like us to be there to register. The Rockstars are working on their projects all week long in class, and then on Saturday at Mountain View High School, they'll be presenting to a panel of judges, and there will be, last year they gave medals and different awards, and there will be some food while they're waiting for the results as well. I cannot wait for this opportunity for the Rockstars to really apply all of their Barrett Academy great manners and eye contact and presentation skills at the Literacy Explosion. I'm so excited for that. If your child still wants to sign up, they probably still can. Just let me know. Right now I have 16 students signed up. I'll be sending home forms to you on Tuesday. I don't want to overwhelm you with too many forms tomorrow, so those will come home on Tuesday. Our writing SOL is scheduled for next Tuesday and Thursday, March 18th and 20th. Attendance over the next couple of weeks in school is so very key. I totally understand if someone gets sick, but for any other purposes, it's really going to be tough if students are absent over the next couple of weeks from school, because we're really going to be reviewing and trying to get ourselves ready for the writing SOL. The multiple choice grammar part will be on March 18th, and the actual written composition where the students answer a prompt will be on March 20th. Finally, our final announcement for the day, our next Barrett Academy Family Night is actually on the last day of our SOL, Thursday, March 20th. Mark your calendars. I sent home the reservation form on Friday in the Friday folder. I hope that you're able to attend. We're going to have a wonderful evening. We're going to have another potluck. We're just asking 5th grade families to bring a dish to share, and we're going to have so many great ways for you to learn with your child right alongside them. We're so excited about that on Thursday, March 20th. Now I'm going to send you over to the strategy session, but before I do that, I just want to show you something real quick that the Rockstars will be coming home with this week. That is a little bit of a homework assignment. It's not going to take very long, though. They're going to be getting a calendar, a little something like this, and this is just going to be a great way for them to review. We'll be doing one of these in class as well for our morning work, but there will also be one coming home, and we'll review it the following day. And if you look here, it says Monday, so tomorrow night these will be the assignments, and they just do these little boxes going down. The first one asks them to analyze this prompt and write 3 great hooks. The next one, they're just analyzing this sentence, or editing this sentence. The next one, they're just putting commas where they belong in that sentence. And then 2 multiple choice questions. These are just going to help us to review all of the skills that we need to over the next week, just to refresh those, bring them back to memory in case we're forgetting them. But I'm telling you, Rockstar families, that the Rockstars are so ready for this writing SOL. I cannot be happier. And I am just so excited for them to show their skills on the SOL. I mean, they're really going to do an amazing job. Our Grammaries were such a success on Thursday. I hope they were able to tell you a little bit about those. That this is just a way to make sure that we can catch anything that maybe we still have a misconception about, or just need a little bit more practice on. So this will be coming home, and they may get this done in school, so but just ask them about it, kind of review it. This is mainly for the grammar portion that we'll be taking on March 18th. Now I'm going to turn you over to the strategy session. We're going to look at a little bit of math this week with perimeter, area, finding volume of rectangular prisms. And then students are going to have a lot of time and a couple of resources that I'm giving you tonight to actually practice the writing SOL. Some things that you can do at home to practice for that. So I'll see you guys on the other. Okay, Room 21 Rockstar families, I'm starting you off on Mr. Records' Rockstar Fusion page on the Kate Waller Barrett Elementary School webpage. A couple things I want to start you off with before I take you over to the strategy session tonight. If you scroll down here a little bit, you can actually see that our class is now on Twitter. It's at Record Rock. And actually that's our Twitter handle. Actually, last week during the Grammaries on Thursday, the Rockstars were live tweeting during the entire thing. And I just wanted to show you some of the tweets because they were amazing. The students were so engaged. They were on the iPads during the Grammaries. They were tweeting out. We would visit the Twitter board throughout the whole Grammaries performance to kind of see what was coming in from everyone. I just wanted to share a couple with you that were amazing. If we go down here, the Rockstars were so supportive of one another. Somebody said, woohoo, new artist of the year to Michael. Somebody said, wow, guys, hashtag amazed. Somebody said, this is a real Grammaries, hashtag better than the national one. Nice job, Porter, hashtag nice job. Good job to everyone who won. I think you are all amazing, hashtag good job. So the Rockstars were amazing, and I'm actually going to be using this also as a communication source. So if you'd like to follow us on Twitter, that would be awesome. I'll be tweeting out throughout the week, and the Rockstars will be tweeting out, kind of summing up their day and sharing what they have learned in class. It's a great way to actually work on summarizing, because if you know anything about Twitter, every tweet has to be 140 characters or less. So the Rockstars really have to get their thoughts and compress them down into that very short area. The Twitter account for the Rockstars can only be used at school. They do not know what our username or password is, so they'll only be using it at school to assure you of full safety. Now, I want to take you over to the class webpage. A couple of areas that are going to be really awesome for you to use this week, especially in helping to prepare for the writing SOL, would be here under class news, under the writing SOL practice, and I'm actually going to take you here. Now, This site is something that we'll be using in class too, so I really want you to be careful about what you enter, rock stars. But if we come down here and we actually hit grade 5, right now we're not worried about any of this reading material here. So this is kind of all out of the picture. Okay, we'll be using this for the reading SOL review later in the year, so please stay away from that. Now, if you look down here though, all of these areas are release tests from the state where a teacher has entered the test and the student can actually go in and answer the questions. So the ones that I'm suggesting to use at home, we'll be using a few of them this week, especially the newer ones. So I would once again stay away from maybe 2011, 2010, 2009, and maybe come down here. So let me show you the 2002 test. So if the Rockstar clicks into this, actually what happens is, there's about 20 questions. These were actual writing SOLs from prior years. Now, over the years, especially the last few years, the rigor on the test has increased, but this is still really great practice. So here you'll see a passage. Here he made an outline for what he was supposed to write, and the student can answer. If they answer incorrectly, it's going to tell them, and if they answer correctly, they will also know, and it'll give them a score. Rockstars, for each of these that you do, if you write down for me the test that you took and your final score on it, I will give you 3 house points per test that you practice at home. Now, another area that you could really practice on is the actual writing prompts. One of the 2011 prompts was tell about your favorite season, what do you do during the season, and why is it your favorite? This is kind of what the Rockstars will see on their SOL. Now, of course, they'll be typing it into the computer. We'll be practicing that this week in class, but this would still be great practice to use as a prompt while working on the SOL. So this is an amazing site. Like I said, please work on the ones that I am putting a red box around Rockstars because we'll be using the others in class. So I would say maybe 2005, 2004, 2003, 2002, 2001, 2000. These are great. And same with the writing prompts. Stay down towards the older years. We'll be using the newer years in class, but this is an amazing source to use at home. Now, early in the VODCAST, I actually showed you the calendar that everyone will be receiving. And each Rockstar is expected to do that day's assignments each night for the next couple of nights. It's not going to take any more than 10 minutes, I would say, but that's another amazing way to practice at home. Now I'm going to take you guys back to the Kate Waller-Barrett webpage. I'm just going to erase this really quickly. The only other area that I would say to work on would be the Great Writing Challenge. If you're still looking for areas that you can practice the writing SOL on, I'm about to change the prompt on here, but once again, you can maybe just work on your planning or your brainstorming or your hook sentence. Any of those would be excellent, and we'll be supporting that in class this week as well. We continue to work on with our unit on matter and math. So I'm actually going to take you back to SOL Pass because it's an amazing site to use under the elementary area, Science 4.5. And if you actually come to, give it 1 second to load up, to 5.4 matter, students can actually, here are our SOLs that we're teaching from. So these specifically share what we're learning, and it's an interactive study guide, really, guys. So they can go down through and see exactly what they need to be studying at home, and there are also some amazing movies and games that the Rockstars can use at home to help them to continue practice of science. We have so many hands-on labs planned for the week that I'm so very excited for science for the next couple of weeks. One final site that I want to point you guys toward, which I just stumbled upon and I find to be absolutely amazing, is this perimeter and area site. So it's everything you wanted to know about perimeter and area. So we're going to continue reviewing perimeter, but we're really going to be focused on area this week, especially of finding the area of a right triangle and of finding the volume of rectangular prisms. Now here we have perimeter. They give you the definition. You can click on a shape. Here's how you would find the perimeter. They kind of give you an example. Perimeter is power walking around the outside. Now, what they can do from here is choose a level, They can find out how to find the perimeter of a complex shape, how we should subdivide it to kind of find that, how we can split it apart, and then the students can actually practice a little bit. So this is amazing. So rock stars, here's what I'm going to do if you want some house points, either under perimeter or area for the week. What you have to do is, when you get to this practice session, tell me the level that you're working on, draw the shape that you're using, and then enter your answer. And if you draw this and put the measurements and put the perimeter on the inside or somewhere like that, you will get 3 house points for every figure that you determined the perimeter for. But you need to draw the picture, you need to write in the elements, and you need to let me know what you came upon for that. Now, if I take you back to the area section, because this is actually an area that we're going to be working with a lot more this week, the amount of surface area that covers an area. An amazing thing to do would actually go into maybe your kitchen, to a bathroom, and look if you have a tiled floor anywhere, or even maybe linoleum if it looks tiled. If you have those square units, that would be an excellent place to begin to find the area of a given figure or a given space. That would be excellent right there. Now, the only thing, and I'm sorry about that, guys, some SOL practice. The only thing that I would look at, maybe say level 3. So you have to find the area of this figure. Now, this is a pretty big time area problem. How do we find it? Well, we break it apart. And then we have to, to find the area of a square or rectangle, we just take length times width. Okay, and then you would have to add all of those together. But once again, guys, you can work on finding the area of these complex shapes. If you write down the level you're working on, if you draw the figure, tell me the area with your calculations, you'll get 3 house points per problem that you do. And for hanging it so tough this week and staying with the VODCAST, if you come in and tell me the secret code this week, which is I am so ready for the writing SOL, I will give you 5 house points. Again, that code is I am so ready for the SOL, and I need to hear some enthusiasm in that, rock stars. You will get your 5 house points. Now I'm going to send you back over to Mr. Riker. We'll see you later. Okay, Rockstar families, I hope that you found those strategies successful. We have such an amazingly exciting week going on in Room 21. The Booster-thon's underway. We have a quick Civil War field trip on Wednesday. The fun runs on Friday. Our writing SOLs are coming up the week after. Man, I would not be any other place but Barrett Elementary in Room 21. You, Rockstar families, are the best in Stafford County. If you have any questions or concerns, please let me know, and I'll see you next week.